Replication of DNA in prokaryotes. Before starting replication of DNA, we see about the some basic things regarding deoxyribonucleic acid. It is present in our nucleus. It is a major form of store of genetic information which is passed from one generation to the next generation. And always the DNA is present in chromosome in the form of nucleosome with the proteins like histones, and this DNA always in the double stranded form. You have seen in the chemistry of the this is a Watson Crick model of the DNA. Always the base pairing rule is there. That is always adenine bind with the thymine, while always guanine, that is purine, bind with three hydrogen bonds with the cytosine. And in one strand of the DNA, always these nearest nucleotides, they are bind with the covalent bond, that is phosphodiester bond. These both strands of the DNA, they are running in opposite direction. One in 5 prime to 3 prime direction, other in the opposite 3 prime to 5 prime. This end is form of due to this 5 prime end, that is a fifth carbon of ribose sugar, because we all know that nucleotide is made up of ribose sugar, then nitrogenous base and phosphorus. So this phosphorus is attached to the fifth carbon, that is the fifth end of that nucleotide, and in the third carbon it attached with the hydroxyl group. So 3 prime is the hydroxyl end and 5 prime is the phosphorus end. And in between that there is a 3 prime hydroxyl end will bind with phosphorus of next nucleotide, forming the phosphodiester bond. So you must know about these basic things. What is nucleoside? That is only ribose sugar and nitrogenous base. Nucleotides, when phosphorus is added to the nucleoside, it will produce mononucleotide, dinucleotide, or trinucleotide phosphorus. AMP, ADP, or ATP. Then bases present in the DNA are mainly four: two purines, adenine and guanine, two pyrimidines, cytosine and thymine. Phosphorus bond we already seen. Exons, introns and cistrons. Exons means those portion of the DNA which is actually transcribed into the protein. Introns, those portion of the DNA which is not transcribed into the RNA or in the not into the protein. The cistron, it is a genetical expressible units of the gene or DNA. That is one cistron, one polypeptide concept. Always one portion of the DNA which synthesize the one polypeptide chain, that is known as the one cistron. Central dogma of molecular biology. What is central dogma of molecular biology? That is, our genetic information is present in the nucleus in form of DNA. Now the cell will do their action with the help of the certain proteins like enzymes. So this DNA, if it is wants to multiply, this cell wants to multiply, there is a DNA becomes replicated into the newer DNA. That is replication of the DNA. That is one process in the central dogma. That is the first process. Then in the cell, DNA can transcribe to produce the RNA, ribonucleic acid. That process is known as transcription. And this RNA can translate it into the proteins. So this process, DNA to DNA formation, DNA to RNA formation, and RNA to protein formation, this three basic process is known as central dogma of molecular biology. It was termed by Francis Crick. So this is the competency describe processes involved in replication of DNA. Today we discuss only the replication in prokaryotes. The replication in prokaryotes and eukaryotes are mostly they are similar. The process is also similar, but the protein names are different in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So today we discuss about the prokaryotic replication. These are the specific learning objectives of this session. First we describe about the definition, then basic requirements of DNA replication, then DNA replication process in prokaryotes, which are the inhibitors of the DNA replication in prokaryotes, and lastly the principles of replication. So what do you mean by DNA replication? So during the cell division, means cell multiplication from one cell to two cell, two to four cell, each daughter cell gets an exact copy of genetic material which are present in the mother cell. This is only enabled by DNA copy. Whatever amount of DNA is present in the mother cell, they will become doubled and it will separated into the two different daughter cells. That process of DNA copying is known as DNA replication. This is like something like the Xerox copy of the paper. So the replication of the DNA is always in the semi-conservative. What do you mean by conservative or semi-conservative? So theoretically, if we imagine that how replication should occur, so this is the suppose double-stranded DNA in the mother cell, and from this double-stranded DNA, one newer double-strand DNA synthesized by the replication, and this will remain as such. So this double-stranded DNA goes to one daughter cell and this to second daughter cell. In this case, the one daughter cell will receive the totally newly synthesized DNA, and another daughter cell remains exact whatever the DNA present in the mother cell. This is a like conservative replication. Here there is a non-conservative. In this cell there is a only conservative replication. But actually it is not happen. Actually what happened? Suppose this is the double-stranded DNA in the mother cell, red and orange color double, so one strand red color, one strand orange color. So this double-stranded DNA is becomes replicated. So this red-stranded DNA is first separated out, and this both is separated out. From this red strand, new strand will synthesize that is complementary to this strand, original strand. And from this orange strand, another complementary newly synthesized strand. So this double-stranded DNA both goes to the different daughter cell. So you can see that both the daughter cell they remain one strand from the mother cell. One strand here the red, here the orange, and one strand other complementary strand is green color in both sides. They are newly synthesized. So there is a 50% of genetic DNA strand is conserved as that of the mother, and 50% is newly synthesized. So this type of the replication is known as semi-conservative replication. That is actually happen. A new complementary strand is synthesized over the old template. This was experiment by Michelson-Stoll experiment. They will do that. They have first taken one bacteria that contains the nucleotides in the form of nitrogen that is normal, that is N40. Then they will take these bacteria and they have put into the another medium that contains the radioactive labeled nitrogen, that is N15. And then they are allowed, this bacteria is now allowed to divide. So because they contains N15 nitrogen, now newer strand daughter cell they are synthesized producing this type of the double stranded DNA. Then this parent cell now again taken into the different medium that contains the normal nitrogen N40, and they are now allowed to multiply. Then they have seen that in the first generation, means whatever the first two daughter cells synthesized from the parent cell, they contains half of the DNA that is red color from the original parent cell and half that is black colored which is synthesized from this N14 nitrogen. And next daughter cell also contains the half one strand of red color, one strand of black color. So there is a semi conservative occurs. If now they are continue to grow in the same medium, second generation from these two daughter cell, they will synthesize this one black colored, this will be again separated, one black colored and one red color. Again this black will be synthesized by the newer black, total the black, then second like same. So there is a semi conservative replication occurs. This is the graphical presentation. Parent cell 15-15 nitrogen like this type of a double strand. And next generation, originally 15 one strand 15 nitrogen, another strand 14 nitrogen. Two cells. Second generation, one strand in one daughter cell is a 15, the second is 14. Well, two is both composed of the 14. And this is similar to that of. So there is a semi conservation occurs from the original daughter cell. That is here the for this four daughter cell, this is the mother cell. This is the for this daughter cell, this is the mother cell. In every daughter cell, they contains one strand actual update of the mother cell and one is newly synthesized strand. So there is a semi conservation in the replication. This is the other another principle that always newly synthesized strand, it always synthesize in the 5 prime 3 prime direction. Suppose this is the template strand running in the 3 prime, this is the 3 prime end, this is the phosphorus end 5 prime end. So if now newly synthesized, the synthesis always started, always the parent strand or template strand is read from the 3 prime 5 prime direction and new strand is synthesized in 5 prime to 3 prime direction because they are the complementary with each other. So here 5 prime end adenine, then guanine, then guanine, then guanine, thymine. So this is the 5 prime end phosphorus end, this is the hydroxyl end. Base pairing rule is always maintained. These are the basic requirements for the replication. It requires obviously deoxyribonucleotide triphosphates like adenosine triphosphate, guanosine, cytosine, and thymine. Then requires template DNA strand that uh, from the parent DNA. Then it requires the RNA primer. Why RNA primer is required? Because DNA polymerase enzyme is the main enzyme for the replication. And this DNA polymerase enzyme, they can only add the deoxyribonucleotide towards the uh, that contains the previously synthesized strand of the molecules. So this primer is required for the DNA polymerase further activity, certain enzymes and proteins. These enzymes and proteins are required. You must remember what are the protein names and what is their function. DNA A protein, first protein that opens the duplex at the specific sites in the origin. That during the starting of the replication, they will opens the double-stranded DNA. Then DNA B protein or helicase enzyme, they will unwind the double-stranded DNA. And DNA C protein, it requires for binding of helicase enzyme at the double-stranded DNA. Then primase enzyme, also known as DNA G protein, that requires to synthesize RNA primer, means small strands of the ribonucleotide which is complementary to the parent cell, parent double-stranded DNA, and it requires to synthesize. This is known as small nucleotide strand of RNA ribonucleotide synthesized by primase enzyme. It is known as primer. And to this primer only, the deoxyribonucleotide is added by DNA polymerase enzyme. Then single strand binding protein, they binds and stabilizes the single stranded DNA once the double stranded DNA is separated out by helicase enzyme, then they can further becomes reannealed. So to prevent this reannihilation, they should be separated out until there is a DNA becomes copied into the daughter cell. That is occurred by the single strand binding protein and prevents renaturation of DNA. Then topoisomerase 1 and topoisomerase 2. These isomerases are required to decrease the torsional stress. That is, if there is a one strand becomes supercoiled in DNA, they will be relaxed by breaking just one strand by this one topoisomerase, and topoisomerase 2, they will release the torsional stress generated by DNA unwinding by breaking both the strands of the DNA. They can put break into the both the strands simultaneously. So whatever the stress has been generated due to the unwinding of by the helicase enzyme, they will be relieved out and helicase can further move ahead. DNA polymerase is the main enzyme. They will lead to deoxyribonucleotide polymerization and proofreading. DNA ligase enzyme, they can seals the single strand nick. Then TER binding proteins, they prevents the helicase from further unwinding of DNA and facilitates the termination of replication. So these all proteins and their function we will see in the different stages of the replication. Before starting replication, you must know what is you should know about supercoiling of DNA. So when this is a suppose this is a double stranded DNA, very long strand. If we start to separate out from this end, here you can see this man is going to separate out the double stranded DNA into the two strand. So once it started to separate out, initially it will be easy to separate out, but as it goes to further and further move ahead, then there will be stress is generated because there is a, you can see here like this, if you have taken this two strand, then if another at this point if you hold tightly, and if there is a started of unwinding of between two this strand, then you can see there is a torsional stress is generated. So to further action of here helicase action will do in the actual DNA separation of the two DNA. Then for the further movement of the DNA helicase, it requires to relieve out this stress, because without relieving of this stress, DNA helicase cannot work ahead. So this is, if these are two strands want to remove out the torsional stress simultaneously, it is done by the topoisomerase 2. In higher organism, linear DNA, it is in the human DNA, twisted around its own axis when supercoil is formed. This is the supercoil, so they have become twisted out to each other, like here, twisted across between the double stranded DNA, like also here. So this twisting is relieved by topoisomerase enzyme. They can relax the supercoils. Two types, type 1 and type 2 topoisomerase enzyme. Type 1. Type 1 can lead to breakdown in only one strand. So there is a torsional stress is removed in only one strand, while other remains as such. While topoisomerase 2, they can lead to breakdown of both the strands simultaneously, and after the breakdown immediately they will be next will be sealed by DNA ligase enzyme. Now comes to prokaryotic replication. So what are the characteristics of the DNA polymerase, that is main enzyme of replication? There are the three types of the DNA polymerase enzyme has been found in prokaryotes. And rather than the eukaryotic replication, prokaryotic replication has been detailed studied by scientists. So DNA polymerase is three types: 1, 2, and 3 in prokaryotic cell. DNA polymerase 1, actual polymerization, there is a doubling of the copying of the DNA occurs by DNA polymerase 3. They catalyze the leading and lagging strand. What is leading and lagging strand? We will see in the elongation of aspects of the replication. DNA polymerase 1, they will leads to complete the chain synthesis between Okazaki fragments on the lagging strand. There is some stretch of the newly synthesized DNA, and there is a gap occurs in between them. This gap is removed out by DNA polymerase 1 on lagging strand only. And DNA polymerase 2, they will lead to proofreading and DNA repair. Now, what do you mean by proofreading? So, suppose the newly stranded DNA by the DNA polymerase enzyme, they have synthesized some shorts of the DNA strand, and they have add the complementary DNA only, sorry, nucleotides only. If the parent cell contains cytosine, newly stranded DNA should attach their guanine. So, because of the mistake by the DNA polymerase 3 enzyme, instead of guanine is attached, there is a thymine is attached as an example. So, DNA polymerase 2 will come and they will proofread whether the newly attached nucleotide is exactly complementary to the parent strand or not. If it is not, then it is removed out by their exonuclease activity, and they will add actually complementary nucleotide at their place. So that is proofreading and DNA repair. Now, what are the stages of DNA replication? Three stages of replication: initiation, elongation, and termination. What happens in the initiation phase of the replication? First, suppose this is a eukaryotic DNA, prokaryotic DNA in one cell. So how they can be doubled out? So there is a starting of the DNA replication at specific site. That site, they contains mainly adenine and thymine rich regions. Adenine here or thymine here or adenine here. So there is a only only double bond hydrogen bond is there. So it is easy to break out double bond than the triple bond between the cytosine and guanine. So origin of replication only occurs at AT rich site. So this is the parent DNA. Here, once there is a AT rich site is recognized by DNA helicase enzyme. This helicase enzyme, they will act on the both sides and they will unwind the DNA, and these both separated DNA, they will be remain separated until they becomes copied out by single strand binding enzyme. Here the single strand binding enzyme is there, and this site is originally recognized by specific group of the proteins. That proteins is known as DNA A protein. So DNA A protein first come here, then DNA B protein, that is helicase enzyme, then single strand binding proteins to separate the DNA, these two strands, and then primase will come, that is required. So here there is a this bubble like form is seen under the electron microscope at this stage of the cell. So it is also known as replication bubble or replication eye. You can see it is looks like the eye also. It is replication bubble or eye. So now the replication will be started, or copying of the nucleotide is started in both the direction. You can see here two arrow is there, this side also and this side also, from the both strand, this side and this side, both directional, and both the strands simultaneously becomes copied out. So here then which enzyme will come? Primase enzyme will come. Primase will add certain ribonucleotide which is complementary to the parent cell, parent DNA, and after the some stretch of the RNA by primase is synthesized, Then DNA polymerase 3 will come and they will add the deoxyribonucleotide, because DNA polymerase only adds the nucleotides to previously synthesize certain nucleotide synthesis, whether RNA ribonucleotide or deoxyribonucleotide. So RNA primer is first synthesized in the both side, and then there is a some starting of the DNA polymerase activity on the all the sides. So there is a whole DNA becomes copied out. So this is the two daughter DNA synthesized from the parent DNA. That is, this outer is one green one strand from the parent cell, and the inner this red colored they are newly synthesized. So in another daughter cell they will see the red colored outside, this red colored outside, and this green colored DNA strand. So there is a half one strand in both the daughter cell is from the parent and one is newly synthesized. So that is a bidirectional replication of prokaryotic DNA. First, in initiation, DNA A protein will come. They will recognize the 80 rich sites of the double-stranded DNA and they will bind there. It is also known as origin of replication, or in short ORI in prokaryotes. Then DNA B protein will come. They will separate out the double-stranded DNA, that is helicase enzyme. Then once the both strand is separated, they will prevent re-annealing or renature by binding each strand with the single stranded binding protein. They stabilize the separated strand and prevents their association. Then primase will come and it will synthesize some ribonucleotides complementary to that of the DNA molecule and synthesize the RNA primer. Length of the RNA primer in prokaryotic cell is around 50 nucleotides. Then and then DNA polymerase will come and it will start to add. That occurs in the elongation phase. And if because of this activity of the helicase enzyme, some twisting occurs in the double-stranded DNA, that is known as supercoiling, and that is released by topoisomerase for smoother activity of helicase enzyme. So this is the origin of replication. In you can see there is a one small portion of the double-stranded DNA is taken. It is 80 rich segments is recognized by this initiator or DNA A protein. They will bind there, and unzipping separation occurs by the helicase enzyme. Then actual protein, that is DNA polymerase or first primase will come. Then polymerase will come for their action. This is same origin of replication, opening of the DNA helix. Here there is a DNA A protein, then helicase enzyme, then single strand binding protein, then RNA primer is synthesized. Here you can see there is a RNA primer. Some stretch of the RNA ribonucleotide is synthesized by primase enzyme. Then there is a synthesis of leading and lagging strand. Now those strand, here both the strand they are the original parental strand, they are in the opposite direction, one in 3 prime 5 prime complementary 5 prime 3 prime. So always the new strand is synthesized in 5 prime 3 prime direction only. So those strand which is popping out from the 3 prime 5 prime direction and it is moved towards the replication fork, this is the known as this V shape. You can see the image, it is a V shape like a person, this V and this V. So if this complementary strand or newer strand is synthesized in this direction from the, here suppose there is a RNA primer, see in this figure, this is a RNA primer synthesized, then there is a DNA polymerase come action and deoxyribonucleotide is attached, and the direction is towards the fork. This is the one fork, one, and this is the second fork. If it is direction is towards the fork, newly synthesized strand is synthesized. It is known as leading strand. But what is lagging strand? Suppose we have seen that there is a both the strand is simultaneously popping out. and it is also popping out in the both the direction, here also and here also. So suppose there is in this side, this V, there is some stretch of the RNA synthesized. This is the 3 prime and this is the 5 prime. So always it is popping into 5 prime. This is the 5 prime end of the newly synthesized. This is 3 prime. So once there is a stretch is synthesized, then deoxyribonucleotide will come to action up to here. Then again replication fork is now separated out by helicase enzyme. This will forward in continuous manner, but here again RNA prime RNA uh, primase will come from the ribonucleotide, then deoxyribonucleotide is added by the DNA polymer. So again small stretch up to this much will synthesis. Again same mechanism will started up until this bubble will completely replicated out. When the both strand it is occurs. So newly synthesized this is leading. Here this becomes leading because this is in the towards the replication fork, and here it is away the replication. RNA primer is required for DNA synthesis, that is by the primase enzyme. You can see this is the parent strand 3 prime 5 prime. So always it occurs in the 5 prime 3 prime direction. This is the primase enzyme. It will add certain ribonucleotides which is complementary to the deoxyribonucleotide present in the parent DNA. Then after the completion small stretch of the RNA in prokaryotes will be around 50 ribonucleotide. Then DNA polymerase, this is the DNA polymerase enzyme, they will add the deoxyribonucleotide complementary to the parent cell DNA, and the DNA will be popping out into the daughter cell. So RNA primer is required for DNA synthesis. For a synthesis of new DNA, short fragment of RNA is required as a primer. So this is the some think pairs session. Enlist enzyme involved in the replication of DNA. You must know which are the enzymes are involved, what are the stages, and what are the steps in the initiation in the replication. Now comes to elongation. Once the RNA primer is synthesized by the primase enzyme, DNA polymerase 3 in prokaryotes, they will actually add the deoxyribonucleotide in 3 prime end of the newly synthesized DNA strand. Now DNA synthesis always occurs from the 5 prime 3 prime direction, and both the strands of the parent DNA runs in the opposite direction. Because of it, one DNA strand is popping in one replication fork, it is popping continuously, which is going towards the replication fork, while other in the complementary DNA, complementary strand, they will in that replication fork, it will be synthesized discontinuously because of opposite direction of parent cell DNA. This is the elongation. Primase synthesize RNA primer over the parent DNA. Red colored in 5 prime 3 prime direction, RNA primer is synthesized by primase enzyme. This is the primary synthesize small RNA ribonucleotide. Then DNA polymerase will come because DNA polymerase only add the deoxyribonucleotide to previously synthesize some nucleotide strand. The DNA synthesis newly strand of DNA. Then once the all the DNA from the parent cell is popping out, then DNA polymerase 1 will come here. This action by the DNA polymerase 3. DNA polymerase 1 will come. They will release or release out this ribonucleotide, and it is replaced by the deoxyribonucleotide, green color. And once it reaches to the last nucleotide, so there is a nick is present, means there is a gap between this strand newly synthesized and this already synthesized. This nick is joined by the DNA ligase enzyme. So now daughter cell is strand is complete. This is the DNA ligase enzyme. What is replication for? Here we use in the this is a one V form, V shaped portion over the one side of the replication bubble. So what it contains? It contains two parent cell strand DNA, one in the 5 prime 3 prime direction, second in 3 prime 5 prime direction. Then it contains the helicase enzyme which separates out this strand. It contains the SSB single strand binding proteins. It also contains the topoisomerase to relieve the strand. This is the direction of movement of replication fork. In here, in opposite, same one V shape replication fork, the direction is opposite. Here, this 3 prime 5 prime original strand is copied by the DNA polymerase enzyme. First, there is RNA primary synthesis in 5 prime 3 prime direction. Then DNA polymerase enzyme will add the deoxyribonucleotide in this direction. So that is synthesis of the newly strand DNA strand, which is running towards the replication fork. As the replication fork moves, this also goes in the same direction. So there is a continuous synthesis of the newly synthesized DNA strand. It is known as leading strand. But opposite strand, what happens in this replication fork? As this is the original 3 prime 5 prime direction, this is the now seen as there is a replication fork comes to this point. Here, once there is a in first, it is only up to this point replication fork at this point. This RNA primer will synthesize here in the 5 prime end, and DNA polymerase will add up to this mark. To there is a newer strand is there here, and then once it opens up to this mark, again there is a newer stretch is synthesized. Again, if it is goes toward this movement, then again some strands of the RNA and some DNA deoxyribonucleotide is synthesized by DNA polymerase enzyme. So you can see there is a small stretches of the DNA and RNA synthesizing newly synthesized DNA strand. So these are the small strands of the DNA, newly synthesized DNA, due to containing the multiple primers, that is known as lagging strand. This is due to this strand is 3 prime 5 prime, and always the newly synthesized strand is 5 prime to 3 prime, and replication fork is this side. If the replication fork is opposite side, here the strand is synthesized in the continuous manner, and here it is synthesized in the discontinuous manner. So what is leading strand and lagging strand? Leading strand is DNA chain which is runs in the 3 prime direction and copied in 5 prime 3 prime direction as continuous strand, while here it is synthesized in the discontinuous strand. Here the chain synthesized towards the replication fork, and here it is away from replication fork. This strand towards replication, this is away from replication fork, and this strand requires only one primer active, one primer. This strand requires the multiple primer, 1, 2, 3, etc. So this requires leading strand requires only one primer. This requires the numerous RNA primers. Now, what is Okazaki fragment? So those lagging strand have small fragments of discontinuously synthesized DNA. It was recognized by scientist named Reiji Okazaki. So from their name, the name of this discontinuously synthesized DNA is Okazaki fragments. The length of these Okazaki fragments is 1000 to 2000 nucleotides long, and they contains RNA primer and short segments of newly synthesized DNA on lagging strand. So these are also one. This is one Okazaki fragment. Second, third. So this is the replication for how it happens. So first it is one started. This is the primer parent strand. This is the newly synthesized strand. This is the movement of the replication fork. So this is the leading strand is synthesized in 5 prime 3 prime direction because their direction is towards the replication fork. Here one RNA primer is synthesized, then deoxyribonucleotide is synthesized. Once the replication moves ahead by DNA helicase enzyme, then again this blank portion again will be filled up by copying first by RNA primer, then DNA polymerase enzyme. So you can see there is a certain small stretch of the nucleotide is synthesized, and this RNA primer is removed by the DNA polymerase 1 enzyme exonuclease activity. So this blue colored RNA primers is removed out in lagging strand and in leading strand. This gap in between these Okazaki fragments, they will fill up by the DNA polymerase 1 enzyme, filling of gap by DNA polymerase 1. So there is a synthesis of deoxyribonucleotide up to here. So last nucleotide here and last nucleotide in this strand, they have a some gap and it is not filled up by DNA polymerase 1. It requires some glue-like activity of the enzyme, that is by DNA ligase enzyme. So after completion of lagging strand synthesis, RNA primer removed by DNA polymerase 1 and polymerase 1 fills the gap and fragments the actual nick is joined by the DNA ligase enzyme. So after replication, completing of the replication, how it should be terminated. So specific that is termination sequences are positions on the chromosome to terminate the replication. Before this termination action, they will recruit some termination utilization substance. They will bind to the TER sequence, and this TUS means termination utilization substance binding to TER sequence. They will prevent the strand movement or replication fork movement by DNA B protein, that is helicase. So helicase enzyme activity will be prevented up to that mark, and that will arrest the replication fork motion. Like here, this is the DNA, double stranded DNA. If this is the origin of the replication, look, in prokaryotes origin is replication is only one. So there is a only one replication bubble, but in eukaryotes there are the multiple origin of replication are there. So here in the both direction, clockwise and anti-clockwise DNA, both the strands will start to popping out, and once, so there is a here one replication fork, this side one replication fork. So once this replication fork by helicase enzyme comes to deeper and deeper, these are the different termination sequence. So once it comes to up to this mark, until that TUS sequence also bind to this termination site. So here or up to this mark, replication fork action will be terminated. So helicase now does not lead to unwinding of the DNA, and whole DNA will be popping out by clockwise in both direction, popping out DNA by DNA polymerase enzyme. So this completes the steps of the DNA replication, initiation, elongation and termination. Now which are the inhibitors of DNA replication in prokaryotes? That those type of the drugs that inhibits the DNA gyrase enzyme that are used as an antibacterial agent. Now what are the DNA gyrase? They are the topoisomerase 2. So topoisomerase 2 activity will be inhibited by antibactericidal agent like ciprofloxacin, nalidixic acid, novobiocin. They will inhibits the activity of topoisomerase 2, also known as DNA gyrase enzyme. So torsional stress is not relieved, so helicase cannot move further and replication cannot be completed. Which are the principles of replication? Copying, first is copying is accurate, means high fidelity. So it means that whatever the actual nucleotide in the parent DNA, it should be copied into the same complementary nucleotide. A should be complemented by the T only. So there is a copying should be accurate. If there is a misplacement of the uh, non-complementary nucleotide is there, they will be recognized by proofreading activity of DNA polymerase 1 enzyme 1 and 2. They have the proofreading. They will see whether the newly synthesized DNA contains nucleotide which is actually complementary to the parent cell DNA or not. If it is not complementary, then it is removed out by that exonuclease activity of that polymerase enzyme, and another polymerase will come. They will produce the actual complementary nucleotide, because there is a speed of the copying is more, around 500 nucleotide is added per second by DNA polymerase. So sometimes there may be mistake happen. This mistake is proofreaded by DNA polymerase 1 and 2, and they will remove out this misplaced or non-complementary nucleotide by exonuclease activity. There is a now placement of the actual complementary nucleotide, and the gap is filled by the DNA ligase enzyme. So it maintains the high fidelity. So there is a no mutation occurs in daughter cell DNA. Replication is semi-conservative. Supercoils and DNA topoisomerase we have seen. Replication is simultaneous and bidirectional. DNA polymerase actually synthesize the DNA, and it is always synthesized in the 5 prime 3 prime direction, and base pairing rule is always maintained, A with T and G with C. So that completes our today's